Hey, Mike with Rove Pest Control here. In today's video is all about millipedes and centipedes. A lot of people have a lot of questions on what's the difference between centipedes and millipedes. What do millipedes eat? What do centipedes eat? Are they both dangerous? And so today's video we answer a lot of those different questions. So to the untrained eye, centipedes and millipedes are often confused and people don't really know the difference. So some of the major characteristics that separate the two, one with centipedes, they're usually very flat with their body, while millipedes are more cylindrical. They almost look like a giant worm with a bunch of different legs, where again a centipede is going to be very tiny and thin but still have a lot of different legs. Another difference that you'll notice between the two is that centipedes, they're segmented and they only have one pair of leg per segment. So they still have a lot of legs, but with the millipedes, they have two legs per segment. So again, they actually have a lot more legs than the centipedes. Another key difference between the two is that you'd think with all the extra legs that the millipedes would be faster, but in reality it's the centipedes that often move very quickly and can be hard to catch if you see them around your home. And then another major difference between the two is that centipedes, you'll often see them in your home, but millipedes, you really don't see them for the most part inside your home. They usually like to hang out around the outside of your home. So, are they dangerous? Well, with centipedes, they prefer really an offensive strategy versus a defensive strategy that millipedes usually like to stick to. So centipedes, they actually have a pair of legs that is actually a modified version of a leg, but it's what they use. It's called a millipede, and basically what this does is it injects venom into their prey. So centipedes are more an offensive nature. They're carnivores. They're going to feed off of other insects and pests, whereas millipedes, they're much more on the defensive, where one of their defense mechanisms is to curl up into a ball if predators come after them, and to secrete juices or an ooze kind of thing that will ward off predators and keep them safe. Where again, since the centipedes are more aggressive and carnivores, they feed off of insects, where millipedes more so feed off of decaying matter. So whether that's decaying animals, decaying leaves and plants, funguses, rotting fruit, different things like that. So again though, when it comes to are they dangerous or not, for the most part, neither are really dangerous to humans. Again, even though that centipedes are venomous, their venom is not really strong enough to be dangerous to humans. In most cases, if you did get bit by a centipede, it would be to the equivalent of like a bee sting, where again, some are rather more poisonous, but again, those centipedes live in kind of the jungle areas of the world, so again, you're not really going to be seeing them in your house. The common house centipede isn't really dangerous at all, and like I said, they rarely bite humans. Their venom is certainly, though, dangerous to the prey that they're eating, the small insects and pests like that. The millipedes, though, again, they're not really dangerous. The only danger would really come in handling them. Again, since they do feed off of decaying matter, again, it could be feces, rotting plants, rotting food, rotting animals. Again, since they're feeding off of that, it's not really, crawling all over that, they're not really things that you want to handle with your hands. So again, be careful of that. If you do pick one up, we again recommend washing your hands thoroughly to again get those germs off. Make sure you aren't transferring any diseases from the decaying things that they were eating. Another thing, like I said, that kind of separates the two between centipedes and millipedes is going to be where that they live. Like I said, for the most part, you might find centipedes in your home, and again, it could do some good. Like I said, they feed off of other insects, but at the same time, if you are seeing high activity of centipedes in your home, that usually means there's other pests there that they can feed off of. So if you're seeing them a lot, you probably have other pest issues on your hand, and it'd probably be a good idea to reach out to a pest control service. On the other hand, with millipedes, you're mostly just going to see those outdoors. So they like to hang out, like I said, where their food sources are. So it could be underneath rocks, underneath rotting wood, leaf piles, different things like that. You might find them in your garden or tall grasses, because again, they're going to be feeding off of those decaying things. And again, that's where you're going to find them. So another thing to keep in mind too is that they're both can be really beneficial to the environment, where they play important roles, where again, like I said, centipedes can kind of be a form of natural pest control in your home, again fighting off other bugs and insects and eating those. Like I said though, not something exciting you really want to see in your home. So if you do see those, you most likely have another pest issue you might want to have looked at. Millipedes, on the other hand, like I said, they usually focus on the outdoors, so you might see them around your home. And again, though, they do play an important role in the soil health, where they can help turn over the soil a lot quicker than just things naturally decaying on their own. So they can be an important aspect in the environment on that side of things. Now again, if you do have pest issues with either of these guys, recommend reaching out to a pest control service. Like I said, you're usually going to mostly just see centipedes in your home, not so much millipedes. But again, if you are having issues with both, certainly reach out to a pest control service like Rove Pest Control. So if you do have issues with that, again, you can reach us over at rovepestcontrol.com. And if you do happen to be a first-time customer with us, head on over to rovepestcontrol.com/50 off and enter your information for $50 off your first service with us. So if you have pest issues with centipedes or millipedes or anything in between, again, head on over to rovepestcontrol.com and then rovepestcontrol.com/50 off if you happen to be a first-time customer with us to get that great discount. But thanks again for tuning in. We'll talk to you more soon.